Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the Hot Toys 6-scale figure of Jyn Erso from Rogue One. And this is the deluxe edition that comes with a bunch of extra hibbity-dibbity, bibbity-swibbity. Here's a quick look at the inside of the packaging, and I'll give you a little closer look at that little spiel on the inside there. You can pause and take a read on that, and you can just see like the lettering of Jyn on the inside of that little section there. Right off the bat, I gotta say, right out of the box, I dig this figure a lot. I think they did a great job handling all the characters, like overall costume details. It looks good. If I had any complaints about this, it would be in articulation, which for the most part, all the joints are great, except for the ankle joints. If you care about ankle joints, you don't get any. You get a boot swivel here, but there is no hinge at the ankle, so that might annoy some people. Also, like with a lot of Hot Toys, the pants limit how much you can get the legs to spread apart. But since I don't plan on posing her spread eagle or doing like any squats, that doesn't really matter. The details on this are what matter. And you can just see there, the fabric, all the little brown lines, all the sewing. This is what a Hot Toy does, and if this is your Hot Toys does, and if this is your first time seeing them, then you might be shocked. But you know, those of us in the 1/6 scale community know and have come to expect great things from them and their tailoring, and you can see it right there in the back. You can just see it along the edge of her jacket. This is really, really great work. You can see the details on the belt and all those little like studs and the tailoring on just that little side panel right there. Her holster, which I gotta tell you does have a little magnetic thingy on the inside, so it does kind of stay onto the side there. That's a nice touch. The tailoring on the pants looks good. Not to give you like a gratuitous shot of her butt, but there is seams going down the back and along the side. You can see the little thigh holster strap looks good. Little good details here on the texturing right there on the front of the leg area. I love that little pleated look. Very cool looking. And then the leather effect on her shoes. The sculpt and the paint on them is just fantastic, as is the paint on the gloves. They did a good job capturing the little circles that are on the side of her gloves. The skin effect looks nice, and even like her little gray undershirt reads well. Although there's a little brown in the middle of mine. I don't know if that's a mistake or if they're just trying to dirty up her shirt. But just like the fold at the collar, all of that looks really good. The zipper, all of it. Now we get to her head, which I like. I thought it read a little bit better, maybe a little bit better in the prototype photos. But despite that, I still really dig what we're looking at here. I mean, it looks like Felicity Jones, without a doubt. The hairstyle is better than I thought it would be. I thought these little side things that are coming down would be a little fluffier in the photos, and I didn't like it, but this looks better in person. Alright, I adjusted a few things just so you guys can get a closer look at the hair and all the paint, because there is some light brown paint going over the dark brown base. It's a nice touch. I like the sculpt of the bun in the back. I love the way these little hair sections fall down, including this little strand right in the front where you can see a little bit of a gap with her forehead there. The eyeballs, as usual with Hot Toys, are fantastic. They read glossy, they read real and human. So does the skin. The skin's fantastic. The lips are well sculpted, the cheekbones, her nose, her eyebrows, they all read like Felicity Jones. So, you know, I might have complained a little bit about how I thought the prototype was a little bit better in photos. Maybe just photographed that way. But from all like major angles, you get that it's Felicity Jones. And I think the Hot Toys did a great job with the sculpt, and the paint is just impeccable. Alright, let's assemble some accessories. But before we do that, let's just take a closer look at this blaster before we take it all apart. I do like the texture on the grip there. Nice touch. Alright, that breaks off so you can attach this big piece. And that big piece sure looks cool. I like all the different paints, all the different grays and silvers. At that end, you could attach this little end piece like so. And then at the back end, you could slide this little butt section on, but it's really tight, and I feel like if I push it all the way down, it won't come off. So that's about as far as I'm going to put it. And then lastly, you could take that off and go for a different look, a slightly longer look. And there you have this awesome looking rifle, sniper rifle. Looks great all assembled. Speaking of all assembled, we have her little baton. And the handle does come down, or like the side handle comes down. But to get the full extended effect, you break this section off, and you add this section in, and then you have a fully extended baton, perfect for, you know, beating stormtroopers. Looks good. Again, I like the fading of the silver and darker gray paint. It gives it kind of a dirty, used, worn look. There are more accessories to take a look at. We have the Death Star data drive, or the data disk, hard drive, what do you want to call it. Some very nice detail here. You can see the little lines right there on the side. Some nice kind of a surface detail. And then the inside looks very, very nice. It looks good. We also have her little kyber crystal necklace. Very tiny. I'll put this on the figure later. We also get this blaster, this typical Star Wars-y looking blaster. Very nice detail to it as far as like the little silver paint on the edge of the black. It has some moving bits as well, like the stock right here. But also that also moves that way. So look at all the variety you can have with this. Yeah, this looks really nice. Also, we have these little bits. We have the code cylinder, which will plug into her outfit in a moment, and this other cylinder that does something. The figure comes with 3 additional pairs of hands, including these grip hands, these fisticuff hands for punching stormtroopers, and these gun grip trigger finger hands for holding guns and shooting stormtroopers. Also, it comes with a little set of wrist pegs and a bunch of these little silver dots. These are little buttons that will probably fall off the figure, so they've included some so you can glue and attach them. There's also this figure stand, which is nice and simple and boring. You know, and I like the simplicity of it. That little nameplate comes right off, I noticed, but it does plug right back in. But it comes with this little surfacey thing. It's not quite a sticker. You can just sort of lay it right over. It does have a like a little shiny protection thing because it's not matte. It's a shiny surface. So let's take that off just so you can see how nice and well, you don't really get a sense of how shiny it is. Oh, there it is. Look at the light reflecting there, and you can see Jyn's name and Arabesh there. You just lay that right on top. And then you can plug in the arm for the figure stand. And there you go. Figure stand. Wow. Oh, hey, so it turns out it totally is a sticker. Totally sticky on the other side, but I am not going to put that on top of that surface. The last of the regular accessories this figure comes with is this scarf, which can fold up over the head, which we'll put on the figure in a moment. But I do like that it's pre-folded and ready to go. That's nice. Now this is the Deluxe edition, so the figure comes with some additional accessories, including this big poncho, which we will put on the figure later. There's a lot of things to put on this figure. It comes with a lot of stuff, including this bandolier and gas mask, or the breathing mask. You can see a little silver cylinders in here. The little straps all look good, the little buckles, the little satchel here at the bottom, the little pouch, whatever you want to call it. Some nice little sewing, some contrasting fabrics. I dig it. I dig it a lot. Also, we get her hat, the visor, or like the goggles do not move. It is attached, but some nice details on here. I like the weathering on it. It really does read like a leathery kind of fabric. This is an awesome looking hat. And we get her quadnoculars, whatever you want to call them, but they are quadruple binoculars, so they're not bi anymore. I like the blue in there, and I like the little detail that you see on there. That's a nice touch. And I should have mentioned this before, but all the little pieces that I attached to this, those are part of the Deluxe set. This is just what comes in the regular version. The other attachments, those are what make this Deluxe. Alright, to put the scarf on, you got to pull the head off the neck, put the scarf over the neck, and then place the head back on. And then you get that look, which I think looks pretty damn nifty. Also, you can fold the section up over her head. Just mind the little sections of her hair, they don't get caught in the like the folds of her scarf, because it is very foldy and you don't want to mess with those little hair pieces. Like, as you can see, I still don't have it all the way up because it is surprisingly tight, like at the back of the head. There we go. You get it. For the most part, there it is. I like it. I mean, it's not perfect. I need to like adjust it a bit, but you get the idea. Now this figure has a second look where you just take the jacket off and then put the vest over the gray undershirt. Now you can see the longer sleeves. And she's got kind of exposed arms. that just have like a basic plastic feel, whereas I should point out the neck of this figure has kind of like a squishy skin kind of texture. It's kind of gummy and rubbery. Also, I've added the kyber crystal necklace to this version of the figure in this pose. Oh, I also want to show you guys that the blaster does fit pretty snugly into the holster, at least when I did this the first time. Let me just jam it in there now for you. And even the little magnetic thing stays in place. Oh, I should probably put in the code cylinder and this other little thingamajiggy. They both fit in there really easily. Now, I didn't want to bore you guys by showing you all the steps of how I put the poncho on, but I can tell you that it's not just a piece of fabric that drapes over. It's almost like a half shirt that you actually have to like pull on over the figure, and then this section sort of flaps over the back. You didn't have to pop the head off for this. The collar does open up. There are 3 snaps. There's a snap right back there. There's one right here, and there's another one at like the bottom right there. So it just kind of opens up and you slide the figure through, and then you put the snaps together. There's also a slit right there where the bandolier fits through, and you just snap that little snap there, and it, you know, goes around the figure like that. Pretty easy. You do have to pop the head off to get the little gas mask strap around her neck, but that's it. I don't feel like putting it on the figure's mouth. But the head, well, first let me just show you guys the fact that this goes over her sleeves like so. Otherwise it looks all flared out, but there you get the sense of her poncho. But yeah, let's take her hair off so we can put the little hat on, because she does have a magnetic, not just a magnetic personality, a magnetic head. There's a little magnet inside there, so it fits perfectly snugly. It doesn't look all weird and floaty over her hairstyle. And man, that looks really great. And I love that you could still keep the little strands of hair hanging down the side. It really does work with the character. You know what? Let me just try putting this gas mask on. Talk amongst yourselves. Alright, through the magic of editing, I have moved the gas mask up and then put her hat on. And yeah, that looks pretty good. She looks like Dennis Hopper in Blue Velvet. So that's fun. I dig this look quite a bit. Here, I'll pull out a bit and we can put the hood up, and hopefully the hood stays in place over the hat. Yeah! That looks pretty good. I think this is supposed to be a loop on the side here, because you can see that there's like a little strap sticking out back there. But it's not a loop, it's just what appears to be a broken strap. But this is where you're supposed to be able to attach that little dingus. You can't tell that it's a broken strap, it still hangs on good. So that's great. And speaking of great, I love this figure. I love Felicity Jones as an actress. She's one of my favorite younger working actors right now. So having her in Hot Toys form is awesome. One drawback to this figure, though, is I do wish the legs had a little bit more room to stretch apart, because I want to pose her in like a lunging pose, and her legs don't spread far enough apart, and I can't get proper stabilization without, you know, ankle hinges. She stands fine, but still, I prefer better support. That complaint aside, holy crap do I love this figure, and I love the deluxe edition of it. I pre-ordered this before, you know, Rogue One ever came out, and I thought I'd want all the deluxe additional stuff, and then when I saw the movie I realized, well, she's not really in her poncho in this for very long, and I like her normal look best. I think it's more iconic, that's how I'm going to display it, so I kind of thought I might regret getting the deluxe version. But having it in hand, I think this poncho looks rad. The details on it are great. I love the bandolier. I love the hat. I actually like this deluxe version with all the accessories a lot more than I was expecting to. So I still think I'm going to display it eventually with just, you know, like the first version where she's got the jacket and the vest over the gray shirt. But there's no denying that I'm going to spend some time with this version of it on display, because I like it a lot more than I thought I would. I think it's definitely worth the upgrade, the extra money for like this version of it. So yeah, I like this figure a lot. Can you tell? It comes with a lot of accessories. I think you get a good bang for your buck, including, I should mention, the fact that the figure's got a little hook back there that you can attach her baton to. But yeah, Felicity Jones fan, I'm happy. Star Wars fan, I'm happy. As a Hot Toys fan, I'm happy. This hits all the marks. I think it's a great likeness of her. It has, geez, I mean, just look at it standing here on the shelf. How rad does that look? Yeah, I'm going to stop raving and just say I like it. So thanks for watching, everybody, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff.